student, in previous two videos we have read that the author wanted a desk, but he have no enough money to buy new one. That's why he went a junk shop where he bought a roll top desk which is not good in condition, but he thought that he would repair it himself. When he brought it at the home, he found that his drawers were jammed. When he opened the last drawer, he saw that there was a secret drawer. When he opened the secret drawer, he found a black tin box, and there was a note paper written on the box. Jim's last letter, received January 25th, 1915, and the owner of the letter had a wish, and the wish was that the letter to be buried with her. And then the author opened the letter. It was the letter of Jim McPherson, who was the captain of British Army against the Germans during the First World War. And the letter had been written by Jim to his wife Connie. And in the letter he expressed his joy, his happiness for the event which had happened on Christmas. On this day, he met a German officer named Hans Voss, and both Jim and Hans agreed on one point, that the countries should not go for wars, as war left orphans and widows. Countries should resolve all their issues by playing games like cricket, football, volleyball, etc. Because no one dies in a game. Now, without being delay, let's see what happened in part 3rd. So, are you ready, student? Let's start part. I folded the letter again and slipped it carefully back into its envelope. I kept awake all night. By morning, I knew what I had to do. I drove into Bridport, just a few miles away. I asked a boy walking his dog where Copper Beeches was. House number 12 turned out to be nothing but a burned out shell. The roof gaping, the windows boarded up. I knocked at the house next door and asked if anyone knew the whereabouts of a Mrs. McPherson. Oh, yes, said the old man in his sleeper. He knew her well. A lovely old lady, he told me, a bit muddle headed, but at her age she was entitled to be. Was not she? 101 years old. She had been in the house when it caught fire. No one really knew how the fire had started, but it could well have been candles. She used candle rather than electricity because she always thought electricity was too expensive. The fireman had got her out just in time. She was in a nursing home now. Student Arthur put the letter back into the envelope and he decided to drive down to Bridport, where was the house of Mrs. Connie Macpherson, because he wanted to hand over the letter to Connie. But when he reached at the address of Mrs. Connie Macpherson, he found that there is nothing but a worn out shell. वहाँ कुछ भी नहीं था एक जली हुई कोठरी के अलावा. Then the author knocked at the house next door. उसने अगले घर का दरवाज़ा खटखटाया and asked about Mrs. Macpherson. Then an old man in his sleeper. एक बूढ़ा आदमी जो चप्पल पहने हुए था. He told him that Mrs. Macpherson was a lovely lady, but she is muddle-headed. Muddle-headed means confused, because she was now 101 year old and walked on wheelchair and suffering from memory lapses. And then the old man added that her house had caught fire because she used candles rather than electricity, because she always thought electricity was too expensive. The fireman had got her out just in a time and admitted her in a nursing home. लेखक ने लेटर को बंद करते हुए एनवेलप में दोबारा रखा और ये डिसाइड किया कि वो मिसेस मैकपर्सन से ज़रूर मिलेगा. पूरी रात वो जागता रहा और सुबह उसने सोचा कि आज वो मिसेस मैकपर्सन से ज़रूर मिलेगा. कुछ मीलों की दूरी तय करने के बाद वह कॉपर बीचेस पहुंचा. उसने एक कुत्ते टहलाते हुए बच्चे से पता पूछा, जो कि अब एक जली हुई कोठरी बन चुकी थी. जैसे ही उसने दूसरा दरवाज़ा खटखटाया, दूसरे घर का दरवाज़ा खटखटाया और उनके बारे में कुछ पूछा, तो एक ओल्ड मैन जो कि स्लीपर्स पहना हुआ था, उसने बताया कि वो उन्हें अच्छे तरीके से जानता था. वो एक बहुत ही प्यारी महिला है, मगर वो कभी कभी कंफ्यूज रहती हैं और चीज़ें भूल जाती हैं. और ऐसा क्यों ना हो उनके साथ, क्योंकि वो 101 साल की हो चुकी हैं और वो घर में ही थी जब आग घर में लगी. शायद ऐसा मोमबत्तियां जलाने के कारण हुआ हो सकता है, क्योंकि उन्हें लगता था इलेक्ट्रिसिटी महंगी है मोमबत्तियों के बजाय. उन्हें टाइम से फायरमैन ने घर से बाहर निकाल दिया और अब वो एक नर्सिंग होम में है, जो कि वेलिंगटन, जिसका नाम है वेलिंगटन हाउस, और जो डोरचेस्टर रोड पर टाउन की दूसरी तरफ है, कस्बे की दूसरी तरफ है. नाउ वी विल रीड द नेक्स्ट पैराग्राफ. I found Wellington House nursing home easily enough. There were paper chained up in hallway and a lighted Christmas tree stood in the corner with a lopsided angel on top. I said I was a friend come to visit Mrs. Macpherson to bring her a Christmas present. I could see through into the dining room where everyone was wearing a paper hat and singing. The matron has a hat on too and seemed happy enough to see me. She even offered me a mince pie. She walked me along the corridor. Mrs. Macpherson is not in with the other, she told me. She is rather confused today, so we thought it best if she had a good rest. She has no family, you know, no one visits. So I'm sure she'll be only too pleased to see you. She looked me into a controversy with vehicles chair and potted plants all around and left me. Then the author reached Wellington House Nursing Home, where all the staff members and other people were celebrating Christmas. Then he said to the matron, head nurse, and said he was a friend come to visit Mrs. Macpherson to bring her a Christmas present. So the matron means the head nurse brought him near Mrs. Macpherson. Now let's read the next paragraph. The old lady was sitting in a wheelchair, her hands folded in her lap. She had silver white hair pinned into a wispy bun. She was gazing out at the garden. Hello, I said. She turned and looked up at me vacantly. Happy Christmas, Connie, I went on. I found this. I think it's yours. As I was speaking, her eyes never left me face. I opened the tin box and gave it to her. That was the moment her eyes lit up with recognition and her face became suffused with a sudden glow of happiness. I explained about the desk, about how I had found it, but I don't think she was listening. The author saw the old lady was sitting on a wheelchair and her hands folded in her laps, and she had white hair pinned into a wispy bun. जब ऑथर ने ओल्ड लेडी को देखा तो वो एक व्हील चेयर पे थी और उसने अपने दोनों हाथ फोल्ड कर रखे थे और उसके सफ़ेद बालों में, जो कि एक जूड़ा बना हुआ था, एक अनअरेंज सा जूड़ा बना हुआ था, उसमें सिल्वर वाइट कलर की एक पिन लगी हुई थी. शी वॉज गेज्ड आउट द गार्डन एंड शी वॉज स्टेयरिंग द गार्डन. वो एक टकटकी लगा के गार्डन की तरफ देख रही थी, घूर रही थी, निहार रही थी. देन ही विश्ड हर हैप्पी क्रिसमस एंड गेव द लेटर टू हिम. Her eyes shone bright as she recognized her husband's letter. Then the author explained about the desk and how he had found the letter. But he don't think she was listening him for a while. She said nothing, but stroked the letter tenderly with her fingertips. Suddenly she reached out and took my hand. Her eyes were filled with tears. You told me you'd come home by Christmas, dearest, she said. And here you are, the best Christmas present in the world. Come closer, Jim dear. Sit down. I sat down beside her and she kissed my cheek. I read your letter so often, Jim. Every day I wanted to hear your voice in my head. It always made me feel you were with me. And now you are. Now you are back. You can read it to me yourself. Would you do that for me, Jim dear? I just want to hear your voice again. I'd love that so much. And then perhaps we shall have some tea. I have made you a nice Christmas cake, marzipan all around. I know how much you love marzipan. Student, when the author went to return the letter of Mrs. Macpherson, by mistake she understood author was her husband Jim, and then she kissed him on his cheek and asked him to read the letter to her. She was delighted that Jim had come on Christmas as promised. She wanted to hear his voice. She said that he, means Jim, was the best Christmas present to her in the world. स्टूडेंट, जब ऑथर मिसेस मैकपर्सन का लेटर वापस करने गया तो मिसेस मैकपर्सन ने उसे अपना पति जिम समझ लिया और उसके गालों पे किस कर लिया और उसके लेटर को जो कि जिम ने भेजा था उसे दोबारा पढ़ने को कहा क्योंकि वो उन जिम की आवाज़ सुनना चाहती थी और वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा खुश थी कि जिम ने जैसा वादा किया था कि वो क्रिसमस पर लौट कर आएगा, अगला क्रिसमस कॉनी के साथ ही मनाएगा, तो वो क्रिसमस पर ही लौट आया है क्योंकि फॉर्चुनेटली या अनफॉर्चुनेटली कहिए कि ऑथर क्रिसमस के दिन ही कॉनी से मिलने गया था और कॉनी ने ये कहा कि ही मीन्स जिम जिम ही उसका सबसे अच्छा क्रिसमस प्रेजेंट है, दुनिया का सबसे अच्छा क्रिसमस प्रेजेंट उसका पति जिम ही है उसके लिए। तो इस तरह से कहानी ख़त्म होती है। नाउ हैव ए लुक द वर्ड मीनिंग ऑफ दिस पार्ट 3। Student, rest of the exercises and the question answer we will do by PDF. If you have any query or question, please text message on my WhatsApp number. Thank you and have a nice day.